Chinese monks never needed a noisy air conditioner to survive the summer heat. In the old mountain temples, the rooms were made of wood, stone, and silence. When the afternoon sun touched the walls, the air inside became heavy. The monks had no modern cooling machine, no expensive compressor, no remote control on the wall. But their rooms did not feel like ovens, because they understood one simple truth. You do not need to cool the whole world. You only need to train the wind before it touches your body. And today, old monk Liang will show you a simple forgotten method that turns an ordinary fan into a cold air system using frozen bottles, airflow, and one small kitchen chemistry trick. This is not a replacement for a real air conditioner, but for a small bedroom, a workshed, a hot apartment corner, or an emergency power situation, this trick can make the air feel much cooler. And before Liang shows you the full setup, remember this: a fan alone does not cool air. A fan only moves air. But when moving air passes around ice, the wind changes. The cold surface pulls heat from the air. The air leaves cooler than it entered. The old monks would say, "The cold stone drinks the fire from the wind." Now let us build the first version. You need one ordinary fan. It can be a desk fan, a standing fan, or a box fan. You also need frozen water bottles or reusable freezer packs. And you need one simple hanging item: a paper clip, a bread tie, a zip tie, a string, an S-hook, or a small picture hanger. You do not need all of these. One is enough. The goal is simple: hang the frozen bottle or ice pack behind the fan, but not in the center and not too close to the motor. That part matters, because water and electricity must never become friends. Use a GFCI outlet or a plug-in safety adapter if you have one. Keep a towel under the fan. Keep all dripping water away from the plug, cord, and motor. And never place anything where it can touch the spinning blades. Old monk Liang says, "A wise trick becomes foolish when safety is forgotten." Now take 2 small frozen bottles. Do not fill them completely before freezing. Water expands when it freezes, so leave a little empty space at the top. Wrap a zip tie around the neck of each bottle and make a small loop. Then use a bent paper clip or hook to hang each bottle on the back grill of the fan. 1 bottle on the left, 1 bottle on the right. Leave the middle open so the fan can still breathe. This is the mistake many people make. They cover the entire back of the fan with ice and think more ice means more cold. But if you block too much airflow, the fan motor works harder, the air becomes weaker, and the setup becomes less efficient. A blocked wind becomes a tired wind, so leave space. Let the air enter freely. Now turn the fan on low. Watch it for a minute. Make sure the bottles do not swing. Make sure no hook touches the blade. Make sure water is not dripping toward electricity. Then increase the speed if everything is stable. Within minutes, the breeze should feel different. Not freezing like a hotel AC, but softer, cooler, and easier to breathe. This is the first monk method. Simple fan, frozen bottle, open airflow. Now here's the chemistry secret that keeps people watching until the end. Plain frozen water works, but the old trick uses salt. When you add salt to water, you lower the freezing point. That means the water can become a colder, icy mixture before it fully melts. This is why old-style ice cream makers used salt with ice. The salty ice mixture became colder than normal ice and helped freeze the cream faster. But listen carefully. Too much salt can stop the bottle from freezing solid in a normal freezer. So do not overdo it. For a small bottle, use around 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt. For a larger bottle, use 1 to 2 tablespoons. Shake it well, then freeze it completely. If your freezer is weak and the bottle stays slushy, reduce the salt next time. This is the bonus chemistry trick. Salt can help create colder slush, but balance is everything. Too little does almost nothing. Too much refuses to freeze. The wise path is in the middle. Now why does this help? Because as the salty ice mixture melts, it absorbs heat from the surrounding air. The fan keeps pushing warm air across the cold bottle, and the bottle keeps stealing heat from the wind. This is called heat transfer, but Liang calls it the silent trade. The air gives heat. The bottle gives cold. The room feels relief. Now let us make the second version, the quick change method. This is the one Liang recommends for daily use. Keep 4 bottles in your freezer. Use 2 on the fan. Keep 2 resting in the cold. When the first 2 melt, swap them with the frozen pair. Do not wait until they become warm water. Change them when they are half melted. That keeps the cooling effect stronger. This rotation is powerful because the secret is not one frozen bottle. The secret is a cold cycle. 1 pair works, 1 pair freezes, 1 pair returns. That is how you stretch the cooling for hours. Now let us move to the strongest method. The box fan method. This is the emergency night method. If you have a box fan, take 4 larger frozen bottles. Bottles with handles are best, because you can tie 2 together and hang them over the top edge of the fan. Place 1 bottle on the back side and 1 bottle on the front side, then do the same on the other side. Do not cover the center, leave the fan's middle open. Now the air gets double contact. First, the fan pulls air around the cold bottle at the back, then it pushes that air past the cold bottle at the front. This gives the air 2 cold surfaces before it reaches you. That is why the box fan version feels stronger and lasts longer. Place a towel under everything. Frozen bottles sweat, especially in humid weather. That sweating is condensation. And this is another small science lesson. Warm air holds invisible water vapor. When that warm air touches the cold bottle, the vapor turns into liquid droplets. That is why the bottle looks like it is sweating. The bottle is not leaking, the air is giving up its moisture. This is the same reason cold drinks get wet outside on a hot day. And this little chemistry moment is useful for retention because people love when a simple household thing suddenly makes sense. Now here is another monk trick. Use larger bottles for longer cooling. Use smaller bottles for faster freezing. A small bottle freezes quickly but melts quickly. A large bottle freezes slowly but lasts longer. So if you need cooling right now, use small bottles. If you are preparing for night, use large bottles. If you are preparing for an emergency, keep both. Now one more bonus trick. Increase cold surface area. Air cools better when it touches more cold surface. A round bottle works, but a flatter ice pack works better because more air touches the cold surface at once. So if you have reusable flat freezer packs with a hole at the top, they are excellent for this method. Hang one on each side of the fan's back grill. Keep the center open. Rotate them when they melt. This setup is cleaner than bottles and easier to remove. But bottles are nearly free, and that is why Liang likes them. The poor man's tool is powerful when used with wisdom. Now let us talk about direction. If you blow the fan straight across a hot room, the cool air may disappear quickly. Instead, aim the fan toward where you sit or sleep. You are not trying to cool the entire house. You are creating a small cool zone. In the old temples, monks did not cool every hallway. They cooled the sleeping corner, the prayer mat, or the study room. That is the mindset. Cool the space you use, not the space you ignore. Now here is the evaporation trick. Place a slightly damp towel in the room, but not on the fan motor and not dripping near electricity. When water evaporates, it takes heat with it. That is why sweat cools your body. In dry climates, this can help a lot. In humid climates, it helps less, because the air is already full of moisture. So use this wisely. Dry air loves evaporation. Humid air resists it. This is why the same trick can feel powerful in one place and weak in another. Knowledge saves disappointment. Now let us test the setup properly. Do not only trust your hand. Your hand can lie because moving air always feels cooler on skin. Use a small thermometer if you have one. Measure the room before turning the fan on. Then measure again after 15 minutes. Place the thermometer a few feet in front of the fan, not touching the ice and not directly against the bottle. This gives a more honest result. If your room drops even a few degrees, that matters. If the air around your body feels cooler, that matters too. Comfort is not only about the number, it is about how your body feels in the moving air. Now, here are the mistakes to avoid. Mistake 1. Putting bottles too close to the motor. Keep cold and moisture away from the center. Mistake 2. Blocking the entire back of the fan. Leave airflow. Mistake 3. Using too much salt. If the bottle does not freeze, you used too much. Mistake 4. Forgetting the towel. Condensation can drip more than you expect. Mistake 5. Leaving the setup where pets or children can knock it down. Stability is part of safety. Mistake 6. Expecting one bottle to cool a giant room. This is a small space trick. Use it where it can win. Now imagine this scene. It is midnight. The room is hot. The air feels stuck. You take 2 frozen bottles from the freezer. They are already prepared with Liang's salt balance. You hang them behind the fan. You place a towel below. You turn the fan on low. At first, nothing dramatic happens. Then the wind begins to change. The harsh, warm air becomes softer. Your skin feels relief. The room does not become winter, but the heat loses its grip. That is the point. This trick is not about luxury. It is about control. It gives you one more weapon when the heat becomes uncomfortable. Now, if you want maximum cooling, Combine three things: cold source, open airflow, small target zone. If one of these is missing, the method becomes weaker. Ice without airflow is just a bottle melting. Airflow without ice is just a fan moving heat. A large room without a target zone wastes the cold. But when all three work together, the simple fan becomes useful. This is why monks loved simple systems. Simple systems are easy to repair, easy to repeat, easy to teach, and now you can teach this to someone else. Before we end, here is Liang's final formula. For a desk fan, use 2 small frozen bottles or 2 flat freezer packs. Hang them on the back left and back right. For a standing fan, use bottles with hooks or loops. Keep them secure and away from the motor. For a box fan, use 4 large bottles, 2 on the left and 2 on the right, front and back if possible. For longer cooling, prepare extra bottles and rotate them before they fully melt. For stronger cooling, use flatter ice packs or larger bottles. For better safety, use a towel, a stable fan, and a GFCI outlet. For better results, cool the place where you sit, not the whole room. That is the old lesson. Do not fight the sun with pride. Guide the wind with wisdom. If this trick helped you, subscribe to Old Monk Liang. On this channel, Liang shares forgotten home secrets, simple survival tricks, and old wisdom that modern people threw away too quickly. Like this video if you want more low-cost cooling methods. Comment cold wind if you want Liang to test more summer survival tricks. And share this with someone who thinks they need expensive machines for every problem. Because sometimes the answer is already in your kitchen, your freezer, and the old fan sitting quietly in the corner. Until next time, remember, the wise home is not the home with the most expensive tools. It is the home that knows how to use simple things well. This is Old Monk Liang. Stay cool, stay prepared, and never underestimate the hidden wisdom inside ordinary things.